Good morning, y'all. So I remember telling y'all in my last video that I was going home to see my family, and we went home, y'all. We didn't leave Texas until like I think maybe 9 o'clock. So we made it there by 4 a.m. that morning. So we ended up sleeping from 4 a.m. to around 11, and then I just finally got up because I'm like, I can't sleep anymore. I'm gonna go see my nieces. And I went to see my nieces, and I basically surprised everybody, y'all. I have to talk about this before I get into what I want to talk about today. But I had surprised everybody, and the faces was priceless. I'm gonna remember that stuff forever. And like y'all, and I was so sad when I had to leave yesterday because my baby, now the oldest niece, she cries every time. She cries every time she just cries. Like, it's not a time she ain't never went and not cried. But the youngest, the way she doesn't cry, she just looks at you and be like, just go on. She was like, otherwise I will cry. It's like she's trying to be strong, like she's staying strong the whole time. But it's so funny. She's only 3. She's turning 4 in July, at the end of July. And it's just so funny because she was like, go on, I don't even want to fool with you no more, TT, because you pop in for 2 days, a day and a half, and then you leave me. And she just so precious, y'all. And if y'all have those family members that do that, you know what I mean, because it's just so cute in their personalities. I got one niece that cries, I got one that just don't want to fool with you no more because you finna go. And she was like, I'm finna go with you. She'll say this, like, she'll tell me, she's like, I'm finna go with you, because she know I'm the fun TT, so she want to go with me. But I had a good time. And also, when I surprised my mom, she dropped all her things. She had no clue. And I just thought that she was going to smell the lie off of my sister, but she did not. And I was very surprised. I was like, okay, good. Okay, so she really didn't know. And so, y'all, I had bought my mom a purse for her birthday from Burlington. And it was a nice purse, y'all. If y'all go shop in Burlington and like TJ Maxx, because them sales is like, yeah. But so I went and shopped there, and I had bought her this purse for her birthday. But y'all, her birthday was back in January on the 13th, and so I wasn't able to be with her. And she was so happy when she got her purse. And I went by the Dollar Tree and put like some more things in there for her. And she was just so happy. So I know she's carrying her purse today. She probably is going to take a picture. And let me see. She loves purses, though. My mama loves purses. She'll talk about it. She has a lot, but she really do love purses. And shoes. My mama's a shoe and a purse girl. Y'all, my lips is ashy this morning, okay? But that's it. I just want to tell y'all how exciting it was and how great I felt while I was there, and just to be in the presence of my family. And I just love them so much. They just mean everything to me. Y'all, if y'all got family, y'all got good family, and y'all love y'all family, please, you know, here and there, go talk to them, speak to them, love on them if you can, especially if you stay far from them. You know, we only get a temporary time with these people in our life, and we just grow up, and we, you know, things happen, and life just be lifing, and life just is life. And it's just great to be with some great people, you know, in a short period of time. And I do pray, you know, maybe if there is another lifetime, that these people are in it, because I just love them that much. But of course, if y'all got them family members that ain't healthy and this and that, I definitely completely understand. I just have to throw that out, because sometimes I feel like we have to be reminded, if we do have good people in our family, to go see them, give them hugs, you know what I'm saying. But I really love my family, so I go see them 2, 3, 4, 5 times out of the year most of the time, because I just can't help it. But let me tell y'all, going back home was so healing for me. And y'all, so as we know, okay, I stay here in Dallas, Texas, and it's nothing but a bunch of roads and cars, and you hear the loud music going down the street. And I love like the Mexican music going down the street, but hearing it at 2 a.m. bro, when I'm asleep, that's loud, bro. But really going back home, and I actually got to listen to the natures and the bird, and it was quiet. You know, I didn't hear any cars racing by or anything, you know. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I get in the country and go home, and then I get the missing here because I got so used to hearing all the sounds and the music and stuff, and I'll be like, it's quiet here. But that's if I stay like a full week. I'm like, okay, I need some noise, I need some rattling somewhere. But no, like, yeah, when I was there, y'all, we have this lake, and you know how you have like a lake in a little walking area. When I tell y'all, it was so just great, and just to breathe and to take a break and take in the nature and God's creation. And it just was so beautiful. And y'all, we started walking down a trail in the woods, and I did not have the right shoes on, and tell me why I had pollen all on my legs and my shoes after that. If y'all don't know, I'm from Mississippi and I moved to Texas. Little country town, you know, it's just a lot going on. But this weekend it was crazy because they had some crime go on, and I'm like the time we were making it into Mississippi, this guy got shot. Like, and it's just like, the crime there is crazy. Like, don't beef with anybody, like, because like these people just doing crazy stuff. It's just crazy. I'm like, bro, chill. And the crazy part is, the people that I think that robbed this guy, I think they were friends with him. I think they was with him. And they end up, you know, doing what they did, and he was left on the porch. And the crazy part about it is, the girl, I graduated with her, and her little girl looked just like him. That's the thing. And I'm like, I just really feel for her, because I'm like, that's just so sad. And just like, people just don't care, and they just like, you know, like for money, I'm like, that y'all probably gonna hear like spend quickly. Because if y'all really think about it, if one of them type of people getting it, they're not spending it in the right area. You know what I'm saying? They're going to spend it probably on more drugs and more things that you don't need, right? And I'm like, it's just like, I don't get the point of that, but that's just how ignorance run, okay? And I just pray over that family. I really do, because that was just, I'm like, Lord, every time I get down here, it's something going on. Like, that's exactly why my family and us, we ducked off. We don't do all of that. Like, that's just crazy, because it's just like, people be doing a lot of things just because they jealous and they need money, and that's their way of doing it. But I'm like, you took a whole life, and then he had a daughter and a family, and it just hurt my heart, y'all. And I really want to get into that one day, like, just about the decisions and stuff people make in, you know, short period of time and all that stuff. But I really want to talk about, like, it's actually a lot I wanted to talk about, but I really want to talk about forgiveness, okay? Y'all, this is my hardest subject, and let me tell you why. It's because it's so many people that feel that it's so hard to forgive. And can I be honest with y'all? I completely understand, okay? I have been through that. But when I tell you, forgiveness really is for yourself. It's not for the person who did it or took action. You know what I'm saying? It's really for you, y'all. We gotta stop like letting these things like keep us chained down to it, I guess we can just say. Because I just feel like if we do not let this go, this resentment constantly lives in our life, in our body. And I am a big believer of, when you have some sort of grief or something in your body that you hold, it does affect you, okay? And I will get into later, maybe, like, you know, why I say that, because I went through my own thing with that, and I definitely will get into that and tell y'all why that's true, because I had to heal that as well. But y'all, forgiveness, I know it's hard. And a lot of people tell me all the time, like, you know, I just don't want to forgive that person and this and that. But I want to let y'all know, like, when you come to forgiveness, you need to forgive yourself first, okay? The very first person you always forgive is yourself. In this situation, whether you did something wrong or not, okay? Now, if you did do something, it's definitely gonna take a little bit of time. But if you didn't do anything, it definitely does take a toll on you too, because a lot of us feel more in the victim role. And when we feel in a victim role, we tend to think that it's our fault, okay? We'll think that we did this and we made this happen to us if it's in a victim role. I really feel like that might apply in both roles. Y'all let me know, but I feel like it does. But sometimes some people get upset because they allowed things happen to them and they didn't see it. But what I want y'all to realize is God allows things to happen in our life for a reason, okay? We need to learn and actually see something. It was something in that lesson that we had to learn. Now, I want to bring something to your attention. Also, your decisions that you decide to make. That's the reason why I talk about decisions and choices that you make in your life definitely impacts. And I definitely believe, like, sometimes people are like, they throw caution to the wind. They do. They throw caution to the wind and they go for it, and you create your own trauma in your life, but then you get mad at another person when you really should be mad at yourself because you were the one that did it. And I'm very big on people taking accountability for the things that they did. But that's the reason why I say forgiveness always start with you. It doesn't matter the situation whether you did something or not, because you have to accept what happened in the first place. Okay, you have to accept what happened. You have to call it out for what it is. You have to ask yourself the right questions. Well, what did I do in order for this to happen? You know, you have to start doing that. A lot of people don't, they when it comes to healing and stuff like that, people just constantly, they just sit and get older and they allow this stuff just to pack on. And a person that they may have known 5 years ago that did something to them, y'all, some of these people are not the same people 5 years later. You understand? People change. If you haven't realized, you change. So my thing is, where's the forgiveness when it comes to other people, especially when they start trying to do something with our life? That's the reason why I'm always big on make sure you heal yourself, forgive yourself first, because then it will be easier to forgive the other person. Even if you don't want to forgive them, y'all, it will be easier because you know what it's like to give yourself forgiveness, especially when these are people who have changed, okay, and they are doing better. All right. And what people don't realize, they stick themselves in these cycles for so long that they can continuously to make the hate bigger. And that's exactly what the devil wants you to do. Now, what God will want you to do is be forgiving. What God will want you to do is forgive yourself and forgive this other person, because at the end of the day, it doesn't have to matter to you, if that makes sense. Just see it as it's something that happened in my life. What did I learn? What did I grow? What did I do from that point? The biggest thing that people need to realize in life is what you do after stuff happens, okay? What is your next set of actions? And I talk about this all the time, because when stuff has already taken place, that's technically in the past. And the best thing that you could do for you is heal it, work through it. It takes time, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, it takes time, but you have to be willingly to want to do this, because when it comes to God, God just wants you to be healed in these places, and he wants you to grow closer to him. But how can you grow closer to God if you're constantly in resentment with something that happened in your life? How can you get to know God more? How can you strengthen your relationship with God if you constantly keep having stuff in the way that you cannot remove? And when I notice about God, God works on you piece by piece, okay? He works on you time by time, journey by journey, all of that, okay? Because what people fail to realize is when it comes to God, everything is a process, okay? Everything takes time, okay? It does. And he cannot help you in multiple areas of your life if you constantly keep having resentment in one, because you never know you never know like what in this lesson could help you with the next healing journey. I have noticed most of the time when we go through things or we are struggling to get past something else is connected to it, okay? It stems from somewhere else, whether it's childhood or in past relationship or just behaviors, because we know as humans, we all have different behaviors and we have repeated behaviors. And so I just really want y'all to take out this time and really, and I tell y'all all the time, please write it down. If y'all know it's something in your waking life right now, today, that is affecting you, let's write it down. Let's write down the pros and the cons of this. And what I want you to do is pray over this situation. And the next thing that I want you to do is action. The action is to be better from what you have already read, what you have prayed about with God, okay? Be better, see it better. Even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it doesn't look like it, okay? I want you to go ahead and already visualize your life without this pain in your life, okay? And your relationship going closer with God, okay? The reason why I wanted to talk about this, and I have to talk about this because I didn't want to really go down this lane, but I need to, because I want to explain to y'all why I'm talking about this. Because my grandmother, I asked her a question about this lady that I watch. My grandmother doesn't like this lady, and she feel like this lady tell lies. Of course, they got to deal with politics, but I said, Grandma, I'm like, I actually watched this lady now. I said she doesn't do much on this type of stuff anyway. I said, but now she's doing stuff that's on this, and this stuff is pure facts, and this all public records. But what really got me was her reaction to everything, because it's just, she instantly just had a level of hate for her and a level of things for her. And I'm thinking, like, maybe I never used to watch this lady because maybe she wasn't working in a pure place of God, and maybe, you know, but but my thing is, I watch her now, and you can tell she's coming with facts, and you can tell that everything she's providing with us is honest and is true, and it has to deal with God, because she talks about God on her channel. And I have noticed that I've been watching a lot of people who are, they're like connected with God, their relationships are growing back with God. And I love this, because the more you surround yourself with people who are doing the same thing as you, the more you have like a community to grow in, but also the more you don't feel alone. And that's the reason why I tell a lot of people, when you go into business and you do stuff, it's actually really great, because you get a community of friends and people, and y'all talk to each other, and it's healing. And that's what people don't realize. I walked around in life and didn't want to talk to anybody else, didn't want people around me. I'm so sorry, y'all, my lips are ashy. And it's just because my level of trust with people was done. But if I didn't forgive any of those people, I would not have these wonderful people that I have in my life now. That has changed my life, that I have grown to love more than anything in this world. And it's crazy. But yeah, and I was just like, it was just the simple fact that my grandmother reacted in that way. But also my fiance had me to realize, like, he said, this is basically a comparison of what you're kind of saying to her, and this and that. And I realized, I said, let me make a video about forgiveness, and let me make a video about why we should forgive and let things go, because the more you hold hate and you hold resentment in your life, the less room you have for God. How can God give himself over, his spirit over to somebody who hate and have resentment towards somebody? Just help me understand that. To me, it seems like you're making more room for the devil to do his work, because you hate somebody so much, so it won't be hard for you to hate the next person. And that's how it come off to me. And I'm being honest, like y'all, it's okay to dislike somebody. Like, I will say all the time, I don't hate people, but I do dislike things that people do. If they said something, or if it's okay to dislike something like that. But for me to purely hate somebody because of their own views, no. And I also want people to understand, like, respect people for where they at. Respect people for where they at. Respect people for how they think. It's not always, we may not like it. It's a lot of things that I just don't like, or it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to not like it, agree to disagree. But y'all, the real thing is, we need to stay focused on ourselves. What is that bird? Oh God, it's a lot of bird stuff on my window. But y'all, agree to disagree. Y'all get so stuck up about somebody else's opinions, y'all don't even know how to really know your own opinion, or some people don't even have an opinion, to be honest. Like, now why are that helicopter so close? What's going on? They know I want to be nosy. Okay, but yeah, like, some people just get so stuck up on everybody else's opinion, and they don't realize their opinion wasn't the smartest thing, and or their opinion may not be, somebody may not agree with that. And my thing is, agree to disagree. Why would we want to sit here and argue with somebody with their view? One thing I have learned about God, and when it comes to wisdom, that you cannot change a mind that's already set. If that's how somebody feels in their think, allow them to feel and think that. It's okay to have different views and separate views. That is the problem now. Y'all get comfortable with that, and that's what separates us, okay? We don't want to be separated. Now, will I limit my time around people who I kind of don't agree with? Yes. Yes, because I feel like we should be around like-minded people, or we should be with people that uplift us, okay? I done been around people I don't agree with, but I don't hate them because of the way they think and feel. I respect them because that's their opinion. And I think the thing is, people have getting instilled in themselves that they think that everything they say and do is supposed to be morally correct. And at the end of the day, I have to tell y'all that that's not how God works. God accepts all of us. Aren't we all different? Don't we all believe in stuff different? So why we can't be like God and accept people for where they at? I'm just saying. Like, this is pure facts. Like, I'm just trying to make it make sense right now, because right now, if you're working at a place like that, that's just pure ignorance, y'all. And we need to wake up. And like, live our life and do what we think is happy for us. We're here for a short period of time. We're only going to see each other for a short period of time, know each other for a short period of time, right? Like, let's get this full experience. And instead of hating people and disliking things and not forgiving ourselves and forgiving others, let's just live a life that God see fit for us. God want to give us many things, but he cannot give us if you don't allow him in. And I realized as I worked through so many things and forgave so many people and let so many things go, the more God could take over me, the more easier it was for God to have access to me. And initially, that's what we want, y'all. We don't want to keep sitting around, walking around with life with a partial relationship with God. No, we want God to use us, fill us up with to 100%. When we cannot go, God is going to be the person that's going to push us to continue to keep going. Okay. And I'm sorry if I keep talking like kind of like snotty, it's because I'm getting over a cold, but I couldn't wait to get on here and talk about this because I was like, I just did not like my grandmother's behavior. But at the same time, how can I talk to somebody who only have a one-sided view and what they see and think and feel is what's real to them? You know, and that's okay. And I respect her for having those things and those boundaries. And, you know, I just know like maybe I shouldn't have that conversation with her, but I didn't try to make her upset at all. I just was like, Grandma, where's your forgiveness though? And that's what I really want to ask her. Where's your forgiveness at, Grandma? Like, you know, and that's the reason why I'm like, I was telling my grandmother, I'm like, I'm going into ministry work. And she was like, what? And you know, when it comes to older people, they think you like being a pastor or something like that. I'm like, no, a speaker. And I think once she actually hears me and hear what I'm speaking about, she will understand exactly what I'm trying to do. Because I talk about her so much because my grandmother does have a lot of wisdom, y'all. I'm like, you know, she may be like a little hothead and I got some of her ways, but you know, I know if I was to sit down and explain to her, you know, like, Grandma, like, let it go and actually have a real conversation with her, I promise y'all she would see it much different. And she will love me even more after that because she's going to be very proud at the way I see things, okay? And because she apologized because, y'all, she snapped. But, yeah, it's just, when in that moment, I realized, like, how many other people are like her. And I realized, I said, let me just do something on forgiveness because I actually have a lot of people that struggle with this. Even when I used to do my affirmations on, forgiveness, it's always the hardest thing for everyone to do, and I completely understand, and that is why I'm here. I have, like, if y'all have to talk to me or ask me any questions, I'm not a therapist, but I will tell you at least what I did in my phase of life when I needed to forgive people because I wanted to move on and I wanted to live in the full surrenderance of God. The more God lives in me, the more freedom I feel. The more freedom I feel, the more I can bear something a little bit longer because I know for a fact God has a plan for me, okay? God has said it already. It's already done. It's completed. My thing is to just be patient and wait on him till he move it around for me, right? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, like, I don't know what else to say about this video. I just know it needs to be put out, and I probably will be making a part 2 because I want to also initially go into how, like, if you don't forgive or how negative things can impact your body, like mentally and like physically. Like, what people don't realize, I have learned in the spiritual world, is that when you feel certain things that are negative, it does impact your body in certain spots and areas. Now, I have had this happen to me, and I want to explain to y'all how I got through that and how I healed that. I don't know when I'm gonna actually do that video because I you know, I don't know. Y'all know I go with God says. I go with whatever God needs me to speak about at that moment. Hopefully I can make a part 2 to this, but I'm really hoping it can be soon. I just really want y'all to live a righteous life when it comes to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, when I tell you, I literally feel like God is literally my power source every day when I just feel like I cannot get up. Like, and that's the reason why I'm trying to lead so many people there, is because they don't realize the power of God. He is so much bigger than me. He's so much bigger than this world. And the fact that he can put a little bit of energy in me, it's just a blessing. And like, I was talking to one of the guys that's quitting a job last week. And when I tell y'all that conversation meant everything to me. It was everything. God told me to go talk to him. The very first time I didn't get a chance, and I told God, I said, please give me the right time, the right moment to talk to him. And it was last Friday, and the conversation happened perfectly. Everything went really well, and I told him how much I respect him. I said, I love him as a person. I said, I didn't talk to you that much, and there's people that you don't talk to that much, but you could just tell that they have a genuine heart and they love their family. And I don't know, God, I just love people like that. You know what I'm saying? I just love people who you can see God all over, y'all. And I just want God to be all over y'all, because when y'all see what I'm saying, it changes your life. It shifts your life. But we have to start with forgiveness for ourselves. We have to start there, and we have to eventually over time forgive people who have done stuff to us. And I know it's not easy, y'all. It's not. It's the hardest thing, and you work on it for a long time. But if you stay committed to God, God will show you why you staying committed to him is the best way, y'all. God would get everything, your desire to your heart. He can make all kind of miracles happen for you. He can make you believe again. He's always there, y'all. And I'm just so grateful for him. Okay. So I want y'all to work on it. Okay. And I know it's not easy. It's a struggle, but I want y'all to tell me how it is going through the journey if you just want to. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go and work before my manager get here so I can leave on time today. I want to tell y'all that I do have 3 free books in my shop. I got 2 affirmations of how money works. I also have a 10-minute meeting if you want to meet with me. I have my 30-minute financial meeting if you want to meet with me. I also have a course coming soon that's going to help you with your finances, where it'll show you how to do things over time, and it kind of help you clear up debt and all of that. Like, it's all access to you. And also you get a free consultation with me as well, and I teach you some things that you didn't know. It's going to change your life forever. It's crazy. But as soon as I get that together, I'm so busy trying to do so many things, but you know, I'm just trying to be obedient to God, and when God moves me, he moves me. I'm so sorry if y'all see my nose running, but I want to tell each and every one of you I love you, and I cannot wait to see y'all in the next one. Okay, peace.